Welcome to Think Differently with Myra Passel. The seed that I pulled from the bag today is self-discipline. When I pulled the seed from the bag, self-discipline, my thoughts were all over the place. I was like, I'm going to talk about the tweets I get of students that have announced their completion of dissertations and medical internships, and now they have earned their title doctor or have their PhDs. Because I was thinking about how disciplined they had to be in order to achieve this. Then my brain started going through to the concept of how medical costs is so expensive in the United States because we don't have a lot of doctors, because a lot of us can't be that disciplined to achieve such a goal. I mean, my brain was going all over the place. And so it was sort of like going down a rabbit hole. I don't know where it was going to end up. So what I had to do was slow my brain down because too many ideas were flooding at me. And I was, like I said, going down the rabbit hole and was starting to become a little overwhelmed with my own thoughts. Now, this is very normal for me. I have to stop and quiet my thoughts and gain discipline over my thoughts. Now, somebody that's listening to this understand exactly what I'm talking about because they may struggle the same way that I do. I don't know about you, but like I mentioned before, it can become very frustrating. I have a millions of thoughts going through my head, and it started clouding my ability to focus on just that one thought that I want to focus on. You have to develop the skill of self-discipline. Easier said than done. Let's start by appreciating the millions of thoughts. And we're going to call those thoughts just chaos, right? So you need to start appreciating the chaos that's going on in your brain. I know that sounds crazy, but it's a part of who you are. And great things can come from chaos. When I'm focusing on a topic and I'm trying to put my thoughts together, I will start in one direction and then my brain will shift and I start into another direction and wind up with a totally different topic. Now, the old topic, I may decide to put it to the side and then focus on the new topic and just go with that. But sometimes the new topic, I'll put it to the side so that I can go back and focus on what I originally wanted to start with. So I get to, out of the chaos comes more ideas that I can later work with. So I appreciate that process of going on that journey and going through that chaos because I get something that I can work with every time. So I'm encouraging you to appreciate your chaos and learn to work with it and around it. When you are trying to do just the opposite, you're trying to quiet it, you're trying to stop that process or that chaos that's going on, that's when you become frustrated because you are working against yourself. Don't do that. Try to embrace it and try to love it because what comes out of it may be something awesome. In today's society, we have made so many discoveries about our behaviors and how the brain works. And we have come up with so many labels. But the thing is, what I've also seen is that we have also given a lot of power to these labels to the point where those labels start to actually control us. You start saying, I am OCD. I am ADD, which is attention deficit disorder, or like I mentioned earlier, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, or anxiety, or speech delay, or any of the other labels. We start saying that's who we are. No, take power back from that label. It is a part of you by all means. It's a part of you and it's real, okay? It's real. And it is a struggle for so many of us. And I don't want to come off like not understanding that I struggle with it myself. I have family members that struggle with some of these labels. That's why these were some of the ones that came out, because I have family members that do struggle with it and they work with it every single day. But what's important is that I don't want you to become that label to the point where it prevents you from being the successful person that you can be. Focus on positive words and labels of affirmation, such as you are brilliant, you are a hard worker, because it takes a lot of hard work to fight against becoming those labels. You are a nice and caring person. You have many talents that you can share with people, and those talents can help someone out. But I want you to focus on developing coping strategies to deal with those labels of anxiety, attention deficit disorder. Get some coping strategies. How can you get some coping strategies? Use the internet, use people around you, even maybe seek counselorship or therapy to help you be able to deal with discovering coping strategies that work best for you. Treat it as if they are tests that you've got to pass. For a test, you develop strategies in order to pass it. When you try to learn a new skill, you have to have strategies to learn that new skill so that you can apply those skills. Or when you're in a situation where you're around someone who's very annoying and they get on your nerve, you have developed coping strategies of how to survive that person. So look at it sort of like that it's a situation that you've got to learn to develop those strategies to be successful and work with and around. When I pulled this seed, as I mentioned earlier, I didn't think I was going to go in this direction. I started somewhere else, and then I ended up here. I didn't get frustrated because I still wind up with something that I can use later. That's my time. Thank you for allowing me to plant the seed of self-discipline today. This has been Think Differently with Myra Passel. Remember to build your community wisely.